For the past couple years, the competition in the grinding and cutting wheel game has really started to step up. And Gator's really starting to put out a lot of different things, including their new grinding disc and their cutting wheel. So that's what we're going to look at today, a new 4.5-inch grinding wheel and a new 6-inch cutting disc. And we're going to use and abuse, slice and dice. We're going to just see how they do. Now, I don't usually use a lot of 6-inch discs, so I had to go out and buy a cheaper 6-inch grinder. I got it at the Hubar Freites, and it worked just fine. It was cordless, nothing fancy or anything, but a lot of people wanted to see these. So we're going to start it out with the 6-inch Gator cutting disc, and we just have some black pipe here, and we're going to use and abuse and slice on down through. All right, so the black pipe, I didn't put any audio on this because what happens is it usually spikes the audio when I'm grinding, and well, it hurts the end user's ears. I don't want to do that to you. It wouldn't be real nice like, but the visual I think is more important. Now, what happened was I'm in a weird angle, and anytime I do any filming for grinding this, it's really hard to find that good angle. So I'm kind of awkward right here, just trying to get the angle so I don't shoot the sparks in the face of the camera and all that stuff. But you can see it cuts down through, no issue at all. And if you're doing anything like this, wear the safety glasses, don't want any sparks in the face. But yeah, no issue. You know what? The grinder's actually not too bad either for, what it is. But I want to use the steel plate. Now, this is 1/4 inch right here. You can see that it's cutting down through. And then I'm just going to slice and dice going from the bottom, from the left to the right or right to the left. I don't know. But it cuts great. Like, no issues with it. You're going to be really impressed what I show you here in a second. But what's cool about this is that there's a lot of competition. Like I mentioned, I'm all about competition, because the more people are competing, the better the prices should be. Anyway, I'm going to write out a thing here that says subscribe, click the bell notification. Yep, it says it all right there. All right, so before I shot this video, I used a couple of these and ground down a lot. There's only so many clips I can make of me grinding, but you can see there's no damage to it. It cut really, really well. So Gator did a really good job on these. And by the way, I'll try to attach these on the shopping bag in this video. Now we're going to move it to the 4.5-inch grinding wheel. Now what's nice about these is that you don't have to really worry about anything other than just spinning these on the grinding wheel and just snugging them down a little bit. You got that metal center in the middle. And I'm hoping it works as good as the cutting disc. The cutting disc, it tracked good. It wasn't jumping around. Didn't leave a lot of burr. It was a pretty smooth cut. So let's see how this does, but you can see it just screws on. So we got some nasty over here. I believe this was like a post of some sort. I think it's stainless, but we're gonna do some grinding right now. Right now I'm just letting the grinding disc do the work. I'm not really leaning into it too much. I'll do that here in a bit, but it just stays where you put it. The main thing I wanted to tackle was this base plate here, and it's covered in pretty much years of rust. It just sits outside in like old paint. So I'm starting to lean into it a little bit more, and I'm putting a little bit of pressure on there, but yeah, it's a nice rotation on this. And you can see it pulling everything back to the bare metal pretty efficiently. Now, this is a tedious job. Anybody that does this over and over again, you know what I'm talking about. But the disc is holding the shape well, and even after a few minutes of heavy pressure, not having any issues with it. So anybody that's removing the dust, removing the welds, trying to smooth out your welds, auto body, welding, fabrication, whatever, Lowe's is carrying these now. So it's nice to see, once again, I know I repeat myself, but the more competition you have out on the market, the better it is for the end user. You can see this is the base plate, the edges here. And I believe these look like they were cut by a torch. I could be wrong, but I never am. You can see it's just taking it down and just smoothing it out a little bit, removing that rust. And I'm really not pushing all that hard on there. So yeah, I love the smell of this stuff. I hate to say it, I know it's weird, but anybody that's done like fabricating work, worked in body shops, or done anything like that, the smell I'm talking about, the industrial smell. I freaking love it. But yeah, it's doing a really good job taking that stuff off. So just to give you some specs here, this is a Type 27. It's a aluminum oxide abrasive, and the cutting wheel, it's a Type 1 cutoff wheel for metal cutting, obviously, much thinner, usually around 0.045 to 0.65 inches, designed for fast, clean cuts. Same aluminum oxide abrasive, but optimized for slicing and the dicing. And then again, less pressure needed. So it's also rated around 1300 RPM. So that's also pretty real nice like. So there you go. If you're somebody that's looking for a grinding disc and you don't want to travel to an orange store, but you're near a blue store, check these out because Gator's really sort of been stepping it up, and it's nice to see that they're competing with a lot of the other brands out in the market. We've talked about their sandpaper and now this grinding disc and the cutting wheels. And a lot of people have been bringing it up to me, so I wanted to check them out for myself. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Is this something you would use, or is it something that you have used? I'm curious about your thoughts. Get subscribed, hit the bell notification. We'll be back with more videos soon.